So I can sing to you another song. So that's for the replay crew. Because nobody ain't in here yet but me. But I'm on time and I'm prepared. And I did my face primer, foundation, powdered down. I did my brows. We're going to put on City Beauty. I'm going to do the intro as usual to give YouTube time to notify people or for people just to randomly just pop in. For the replay crew, and I will say this again later, I want to thank those of you who attend my lives and then you subscribe. Like, I appreciate that. I really do. And it always kind of surprises me. Like, wow, they really had a good time. And of course, the numbers do fluctuate, but the overall number fluctuate. But I'm just like, ah, got some more trolls. Thank you for the thumbs up. I don't know who's here yet. I randomly grabbed these two. So we're going to put... This is Stage 5 Clinger. They don't make this one anymore, and I really like this one. This one is, and both of these are from MAC. This one is Pool Shark. So, oh, hey, Janessa. I saw a thumbs up. Now I see two, and I didn't see anybody in here, so I'm thinking that was you. So, as usual, I'm going to do the intro, and then I'll show what we're going to use today, which y'all know from the thumbnail. And then we're going to jump in. Well, I'm going to finish my face, bronzer, blush, highlighter. And then we will jump in. So let's do the inner realms. Okay, Ruth, thank you. I was thinking of Grace's video again when she was like, why should I be on time? Y'all don't be here. I was like, oh. And I always do get notifications. And so I don't know why, like, some people don't. It's the YouTube thing. And I know I'm supposed to be doing the intro, but I don't want to poke myself in the eye. And I do like to at least glance up to look like I'm looking at y'all when I do the intro. Hey, Janet. Hey, Alicia. And everyone couldn't see the chat. You mean this chat, like so far? Okay. I'm going to do the intro, y'all. You know what? I'm going to wait because I do at least want to look like I'm paying attention to who's here, which would mean being this way and not in my mirror over here finishing my brows. But thank you, Janet and Alicia, for being here. That happens to me too. I usually have to be in and watching for like 30 seconds before the chat box will come up. Oh, okay. Huh. When I am awake for Grace's lives, I am there waiting. So for her, if I'm not there waiting, I'm not going to be there at all because I'll still be sleeping. I took these out of my backups because there are none in here. So we're going to put these in here. But I'm going to open up one right now because I don't even know if both of these will fit in there. I think they will. Hey, Grace, I was just talking about you, how I was saying I am always, when I'm awake, I'm already waiting like for your live because I do get notification like 2 minutes before. And I was saying that if I'm not there waiting, I'm not going to make it because I'm still sleeping. So that's a tell for me that if I'm not there in the beginning, chances are I won't be. And I'd be feeling bad too because yeah, you get a lot of traction in your lives. So we're going to put this one away and then we're going to do lower lash line and then we'll do the intro as I'm finishing my base. And so last night, y'all, it was cold. It was so cold, I had to turn my heat back on. I was just like, what's happening? And today, it did cool off some. It's cool enough for me to open my windows without being cold. And so I did turn the heat. Well, I didn't turn it off, but I turned it to a temperature that it won't kick on. And that's something the maintenance guy had told me before. He said instead of turning it off and on, because that takes more energy than just alternating the time. I mean, not the time, the temperature, so that it doesn't kick on. And so I've been doing that, and it works for me. Because I don't know if it's going to get like freezing cold, and not that it was freezing cold, but I was like, my toes were numb, and I'm like, wait a minute. But then when I got in bed, I did turn it back down because I was going to be under covers. Yeah, so this weather, man, I'm just like, pick a season. So it fluctuates between spring and summer. And it did rain because I heard the rain during my wake ups. We will not be here tomorrow night for a live. I have a 12 o'clock appointment. I like how this looks. Make sure to pin the links to everyone's collab in the chat at Genesis Champagne so that the newbies who pop in and out of the live can watch. Great idea. How do I can pin from the chat? How do I do that? Oh, I see it. Okay. Y'all know I'd be scared to touch stuff because oh man, that time the screen went green. I was like, I'm not a newscaster. Like, why is it a green screen? Yeah, that was funny that day, y'all. I was just like, what is happening? So we're going to be using today. Let me put these away into the container. Should have pinned the links to everyone's collab in the chat. But can I pin more than one comment? That's my question. Because for regular videos, well, as far as I know, I can only pin one unless I've just been... Y'all know I'm starting to sweat already. It's 50-something outside, and it is a cool breeze coming in through my balcony door. I'm starting to sweat already. Nice, let me finish the face. So just put both of those things of lipstick applicators in here. So today we're going to be using, of course, again, Petalmorphosis from Pat McGrath. I'm laughing because of when yesterday Janet was like, "Are you sick of this palette yet?" And I'm like, "You know I am." Now we need your video. I don't know if I can pin more than one comment. And we're going to be pairing that with Natasha Denona Biba. And I did put it back in its original state. And I've had a look in here to do for like over a year that I still haven't done yet. But this is what Biba looks like. So we have lots of options for... Yo, I'm like, what's happening? I was going to tell y'all why we won't be here tomorrow. So we have lots of options for, you know, if you do the usual transition, crease, outer corner shade. So we have a lot more options with the Biba palette for that. Now, granted, it is a neutral palette, and the bottom row is kind of smoky, but that black is calling my name, especially to deepen this. But we're going to see what we come up with. I have not looked at it. I do not have a plan. So it's going to be one of those. All right, I'm going to pin... Hey, Tanya, I'm going to pin your video, Janessa. Did it do it, though? Oh, yeah, I did pin. So let me see if it'll let me pin Grace's too. No, because then if I click it again, it says replace pinned message. So I can only pin one. And so I pinned yours, Janessa. Because I think everybody, well, most people who do come here already know... Actually, they know all of us. And what I really enjoyed was the comments that we received on our videos. Like, there's some overlap. So we do have overlap between our subscribers and those who do comment. And so that was really good to see. We're going to just grab a bronzer at random, deep level 11. And so we're going to just put this here. Woo! This side to me always looks darker, and I think it's because the kitchen light is on. I just turned it off. Did that make a difference? A little bit, because this side has a little shine. You know, there's a shadow until I sit straight in front of the ring light. I was looking at, excuse me, I was going to do the intro. Excuse me for smacking. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? Crazy concept. Knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you how to be, how not to be, what to do, what not to do. Just be who you are. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a particular tool, a certain brand, a certain technique, because that's what they're telling you in the video that you're watching. Use what you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that look at this. Whew. Because here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never because we feel like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that is what the Crazy Troll Nation stands for. I hope that resonates with you if you're new here or if you haven't heard it, because some videos I do skip during the intro. And if you are here for the replay and this is your first time watching me, thank you. I appreciate that. What else? 2 things about me. Sometimes I curse just because I do curse. And there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say, excuse me, and sometimes a couple will get past me. I'm wanting to do 2 blushes today, like I did. What video was that? I forget what video that was. And it wasn't that long ago. So we're going to use, well, we're going to use Hibiscus Haze. We are not picking randomly. Or we're going to do Hibiscus Haze, which is this one. This is a nude on me almost, and Pomelo Peach. So these are what these 2 look like together. Yo, I'm really starting to sweat already, like seriously. So we're going to put this on first because it looks darker. This is Hibiscus Haze, but it's really like the perfect nude for me. So we're going to just put this back here. I hope YouTube's not acting up because the numbers are going up and down like super fast. I did notice the other day it didn't kick us out. It didn't do anything funky. So that's Hibiscus Haze. So it's like a there, not there. I cannot mess up with this. And this was the first one I had for the longest. And then I'm like, let me get some of the other colors. And so now we're going to take, I'm going to have to turn this fan on over here, y'all. And I hate how it sounds in videos. And this is Pomelo Peach. So we're going to take this and we're just going to put this like right here. Janessa, you got me started on this thing. I think this might be a regular thing for me to do, using more than one blush. And I remember in whatever video that was I did, I was saying how it was strange to me that I never thought to do that, because I usually do that with my bronzers, even though lately I haven't been using 2 bronzers. I've just been using 1. So I'm kind of flipped now. And so we see that gradient. Oh, she is so adorable. We're going to do what we did in that other video when I did the 2 blushes. We're also going to use the Sigma blush that Bestie sent me, Grace sent me, because this looks like it has a highlighter in it. And it's a blush though, and it's called Bronze Star. So we're going to tap this just above the blushes. But look at that. Does that not look like a highlighter? So this is this side without it, and this is with it. Yo, this blush. And this had me looking at Sigma's other blushes, and I'm like, no, because it's not going to be the same. I'm like, no, let me just control myself. I did post that Dr. Dennis Gross website was having a 25% off sale. I did order 2 more eye serums. They're the same ones. And it's in the gold packaging. Hi, Santa. And I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. More blush. Janessa, she's saying. Yeah, this is blush number 3. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying like that quick. I get distracted so easy, y'all. It's ridiculous. But earlier when I was saying that we're not going to be here tomorrow because I have a 12 o'clock appointment. Oh, I did say that. And I remember when I did the week of lives, I was hurting, y'all. It was a struggle. And I believe it was because I was still getting up. This is Mood Light from Hourglass. Because I was still getting up and doing like regular things, and then staying up for the live, or just trying to take a nap, which usually doesn't work, and being here for the live. But it's been working this week because I've been sleeping. And so I'm like, okay, that's what the difference is. Because I'm like, why was I struggling so much before? But then like this week I'm here because I be sleeping. And I do fall asleep around like No, like around 5 a.m. And then I'll wake up around 9. And I'll wake up every 90 minutes or so anyway. And if I feel alert enough, I'll get up, I'll have breakfast, I'll watch something on YouTube. And then when I get sleepy again, I'll go back to bed. And that might usually be around like noonish. And so then I'll get up at, well, my alarm is set for 6:30. Today I woke up, I was so tired, so I reset it for 7. This is Eternal Light from Hourglass. And so that's why that's been working for me this week. I got excited this morning, y'all, because it was around 11 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, I don't have a migraine. But then all of a sudden, an hour later, I got a migraine, took another migraine med, and got back in the bed. I was just like, damn. So this is like the 4th or 5th day of these migraines coming and going. Not a good feeling. But I didn't wake up with one today, so that's a good thing. That's the Scandinavia spray. And so I really forgot earlier what I was saying. Not about why we won't be here tomorrow. So we may or may not be here Saturday, though. I'm thinking not, because usually doesn't seem like people are able to attend. But we'll see how I feel Saturday. Like if I feel okay to do a look, I'll just do a video. And I do have a video scheduled. I'm laying out these 2 palettes. Let me show you again what they look like. And as I'm priming my eye, I'll be looking at what to do with these. So again, these are what these 2 look like. I do love Biba. This is my second time having Biba, because there was a bundle sale with this and Circle Loco. And Circle Loco, that's my second time having that one. I did look it up, y'all. I remember when I did the Circle Loco with this palette, I said, I know I'm in the triple digits, which is easy because that could have been 12 looks, right? But that was my 23rd time using that palette, including the first time I had it. So it means Circle Loco, boy. I love that palette. All right, so let's prime the eye. I'm trying to think of what to talk about. Like, how's the weather where y'all are? Because it'll be hot one day here, and then I'm looking at my brows. And then it'll be cold, and it's raining again. So, I was going to say something. I decided not to. I decided not to. I'm having chili for, I guess, lunch. I did have some cashews before I came on, because when I woke up, I was hungry. But I wanted to at least do my foundation and my brows. Well, really the brows, because that takes me the longest. And I think, like right now to me, this side looks a little further over this way, but I didn't want to mess with it too much. Oppressive, the weather's fluctuating here, says Tanya. Oppressive season here, it lasts 6 months. What's oppression season? Like, what does that mean? I'm not familiar with that phrase. I mean, I know what oppression is, but I don't know it in relation to weather. And once you explain it, I'll be like, oh, duh. I keep thinking Janessa's comment didn't move. It is pinned because it stays at the bottom. That was my first time ever pinning a comment in a live chat. Y'all, that collab, I really love when we collab, because I feel like between the 3 of us, we have something for every color lover. I'll just say it like that. I didn't pull out brushes. Us being 3 different complexions and undertones, and all of us loving color, and our styles are different, even though we all love color. And so I really, really, really do love when the 3 of us collab together with the same palette. Grace, I still have in my calendar to do an inspired by look from your Jacob and Edward Glam Light palette. I didn't get to it because I've been doing this Petalmorphosis Plus. Let me say it right. Pat McGrath Labs Mothership 12 Petalmorphosis Plus series, but it is in my calendar to do. And I think after today, I think I have 4 more looks to do for this series. And then I have a couple more pairings, but I do want to do that video. And so what that was about, y'all, was I had commented under Grace's video saying, that looks like, do I need more blending up here? I said it reminded me of the colors that she had swatched reminded me of Shadows of the Vampire by Notoriously Morbid. And she was like, you should do a look. And I was like, oh man. I was like, okay. Yeah, that looks better. That looks better too. So that's how that happened. And then I felt bad, like, that. How long ago was that? We had 90s for about a week. Now we're having frost warnings. Pick a season. I know, right? Just pick a season. Because a couple of days ago, I had my AC on. And then I was able to turn it off and just deal with the fans and having the windows open. But then it got humid. It rained. When we had all those storms, it got super humid. And so even though the temperature outside was still like in the 60s, it was so humid. And so, hey, Jasmine, have you been here before? I'm saying that because your name looks familiar. The Virgo part looks familiar. And what's weird, y'all, is that a day-to-day basis, I don't remember much. But when I'm here, I'll be looking at people's names like, have you been here? Like that Wu-Tang dude, and or I don't know if it was a dude or a chick. Or I'll just say a person, because they might be non-binary. At first they said, no, they haven't been here before, and then they said maybe. And I'm like, why are you playing with me? Because that is a name I remember, because y'all know I love that group. Well, I love most of their stuff. You're a new subby. Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate it. That really warms my heart. Like when people come to they just pop into a live. But I do think I remember you being here before though. So I'm going to take out brushes. The ones I washed from yesterday, I didn't wash them till this morning, and so they're still wet. And so we're pulling out new ones, and these are the ones we've been using. Both of these are Esom V27s. The newer ones have the black handle, and the bristles are angled. These are the previous ones. They're not angled, and it has a silver handle. So we're taking those out. We're going to take out the Sigma E45. And we already have out two of these Fenty 220s for lower lash line. We have out Scott Barnes number 60 for the light under the brow arch, the strip of light that I do there. We have this out from Lethal. Yes, it is stained, y'all. From the waterliners. So I'm just like, I love when y'all talk to each other. I am sweating. Let me get to it because I have no idea what we're going to do. I'm wondering if I want to do outside in, but then this starts to get sticky because where my puffiness overlaps the crease area, like this will crease as the product dries. Because when I go like this, is folded in. So, do I want to go? What are we gonna do? Yo, I'm just like, I feel like I use the same colors in the same places. We're gonna take Monroe from Biba because I was going to take the same shade we've been using from. Look at that one pat, y'all. Oh man, we didn't dip back in yet. Look at that one pat, y'all. Hey Sarah, yo, I was wondering if I was going to end up just having like a few brands for eyeshadow, but then I'm like, girl, you already only have a few brands of eyeshadow. I think I have like 12 brands, and some are one and dones. Yeah, the ABH one, that's just a one and done, the Fall Romance palette. Because I keep thinking like, Nothing lately has been drawing me in. What am I trying to say? Nothing has been enticing me to purchase, but I do keep purchasing skincare when it's on sale. I have enough skincare at least for 2 years, like seriously. Because eye serums and face serums, I do use those in about a year. Oh, I know what I was gonna say earlier. The two serums, they're both the same. I ordered 2 of them because of his sale, y'all, 25% off. And his stuff is expensive. It's in the gold packaging, which is the same packaging as their eye cream I purchased recently, and the same packaging as their face moisturizer. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you. And so I don't anticipate having an issue with it. The thing that gets me though with his products, the ingredient list be like this long. And I'm just like, really, dude? Like, why you need all that stuff? And so I don't anticipate having an issue with it. If I do, I'll just give them away. So, we're going to. Oh, we want to go smoky. I'm looking at Cosmic Fantasies, which I seem to use every video. I'm thinking. Let me just. I don't know. Darn it. We're go. We're going to take Blitz Radiant Rhapsody, the green one, then Cosmic Fantasies. And so we're going to do the green shimmer and then the red shimmer, and then we're going to go back to. Did I say hi to you, Dawn, already? Hi, Dawn. No, I didn't. Hey, doing some spring cleaning. Because I feel like, and it's because I'm using it every day. And with this palette, it's just like, I should have put the burgundy one on first. Because this is a lot brighter than that. But it'll turn out well, because y'all know we double down. So Janessa, in your video today, the collab video today, oh, for new people here, the pinned comment is Janessa's collab video. Joe Beauty 87 and I and Grace, we do collab a few times a year, and so our collab video aired this morning, and I can only pin one comment, and so I pinned Janessa's because I do feel like most of you who come here, aside from the new people, of course, because the new people have been here, are familiar with Grace and I, because there is some overlap when I look at the comments on who's commenting. But feel free to go back to, well, watch Janessa's video. That's my suggestion. And she does super bold makeup, like super, super bold makeup. And she did tag Joe Beauty 87 and I. And so after you watch her video, watch Grace's video, and then roll back around and watch my video, because we all tagged each other. So from Janessa's video, get the Grace, from Grace's video, get the me, or any order you want to go in, because we all tagged each other. But yeah, I just really love y'all when we collab. But what I was getting ready to ask you, this is not blending. You see that straight? And if you scroll up, yes. Oh, thank you, Janessa. Yes, if you scroll up, all of our video links are in the chat. But don't click on them now, because it's going to kick you out of here and into the video if you do that. Look, this ain't. So, Janessa, in your video, you were asking me, does that count as a halo look? And I did say yes. And then when I watched my video first. I watched, actually, yours first, Janessa, because yours was the first one that popped up. And then I watched Grace's video and then mine. And then, but as I was watching mine, I'm like, that was kind of like a halo look too, because we had this one in the corner and we had this one on the outer corner. So then I'm like, I didn't notice it when I was doing it though, but can we count that as a halo look? And the reason I'm asking is because Janessa and I last year, we made an agreement that we were going to try to perfect our wing liner, because one side is always straight for me and then one side follows my wrinkles and is always like an accidental swoosh, which is a swoosh here too, but for some reason I'm able to go straight. You think it counts for both of us? Also. And so 2024, we said we're going to work on perfecting our wing liner. And then this year we said we're going to maintain that pact. And we're also going to do halo looks, work on halo looks, doing different shapes, different color combinations and stuff like that. And so that's why it was like, does this count as a halo look? Because I really didn't think about it till you said that. And so, but that's the backstory to, y'all, in my elbow, it is just sweat. I don't like the sweat. This is not freaking blending. So that's why I was asking her that. So that's the backstory to that. Okay, it's starting to blend. Why come, and I know different formulas, so every brand shadow is not going to work with every other brand shadow, but I'm still just like, and it's the Pat one that's not blending, because I'm overlapping that with the Biba shade, but it don't always want to play well with others, and I'm just like, you cost too much to be that fickle. I was going to say finicky, but yeah. Oh, excuse me, when I did the same thing from 9:30 to 3:30 today. You woke up about 20 minutes ago. When my alarm went off at 6:30, I was just like, no, you know what it was? It didn't go off at 6:30 because I woke up at 6 o'clock. And I'm just like, damn, my alarm goes off. Now, this is the Biba shade. Now, y'all see how that just blends right over, right? And I did not put more on this brush from when we first put that shade there. But look at this. I think I will always love Natasha's formula. So y'all see that? Now working with the Pat one, it ain't want to do that. But when I was trying to overlap, but the Biba, Natasha, she's like, D, I got you. Now look at that. That looks good, I think. So we're gonna put Cosmic Fantasies next to the green. And yeah, I'm still overlapping to blend it. Yeah, y'all see that? Pat didn't want to do that. So many things on the list. You like that shade? Yeah, that's pretty. So now we're gonna take Cosmic Fantasies, that burgundy shade, and this is gonna lead us into some of those brown tones from Biba. Now these two should blend because these are from the same palette, this and that green. And so my niece may be coming to visit me next Friday, I think. I love when y'all all get along and be talking to each other. And they moved. She's a moving target, y'all. It seems like every other time I talk to her, like she lives somewhere else. But she said she's in Baltimore now. And she said she was going to come visit me. So I said, okay, so she should be coming next Friday. And I sent her the website. I don't want to make myself stop. To Aunt Vonda's Kitchen, that place that has those lamb cheesesteaks and the salmon cheesesteaks, and she was like, "Oh, this looks good." So either we'll eat there or we'll order it and then pick up and come back and eat here. But so I think the shapes are the same. So we're going to now just go back and forth where the two shades meet to get that blend there. And y'all, them steaks, and it's not an actual steak. The cheese steaks, the lamb one is like $19.99. The salmon one is like $19.99. And I'm wondering if the prices went up since I was last there. And it was my neighbor that introduced me to Aunt Vonda's Kitchen. But y'all, oh my gosh, that was the best cheese steak I ever had. Yeah, that looks nice. So these work well with each other. But we'll see what happens when I put a Biba shade on this side of this burgundy. See what that looks like. Sigma is really trying to hype up their Spectrum palette because they're having to sell, I think, 30% off or something like that, 20% off of Spectrum items, but not the, I don't think it includes the palette though. And it does say exclusions apply. And so I'm thinking they're excluding the palette. Like they're really trying to sell it, and they're doing gift with purchases. And I'm just like, y'all, times is changing. Now we're going to go into Biba, and we're going to take, I see sweat beating up on my face. So Janessa Boy, Give Me Glow. You're going to start waxing your eyebrows? Y'all overdid mine. If you would have saw me in the beginning, from here to here is no hair. From here to here is no hair. Because one arched up and went this way, and one went that way. And so I over tweezed on purpose. So from here to here is no hair. So I can try and get the tail part to look the same. And so now my challenge is getting these two to look the same. Because this one stops here, and it pretty much stops straight. This one stops back here, but then is well, you see how the shape is. This is this shape, how it's straight. This is this shape where it just kind of rounds off. And so, yeah. So we're going to take Rayon, this shade right here, on the opposite side of that red, that burgundy shade. And we're going to see what that do. Let me put these, oh my God, I'm dropping stuff. I feel like I'm forgetting to tell y'all something. Oh, something just dropped in my eye in this one. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. So Rayon, this is a cream to powder, and I can tell by how it picks up on the brush. How long did I have this palette? Because the PAO is October this year. Because this shade is it's chunking up as I swipe the brush in it. And it is a cream to powder, but the formula seems to be changing. Janessa, I told myself no blush this Dawn. I bought some singles and 3 magnetic palettes. Buy one, get 2 free. Oh, okay, buy one, get 2 free is a good deal. I really want to try Gimme Glam cream blushes. that just released, says Janet. That sounds relaxing. Sometimes I sit outside and just listen to them, says Sarah. I've been tempted to buy the cream blushes and the buy one get two free sale. Definitely tempting. Yo, I've been tempted by sales these days because we know prices is going to go up. So this is rayon. Okay, where you at, baby? This is an extension of Cosmic Fantasies because it is just blending in, which is great that it's blending. Yeah, I need to use the cream blushes more that Bestie has sent me. This is a nice transition into a darker shade because this does look like Cosmic Fantasies. Actually, no, it doesn't. Like right here, you could. Yo, why the hell Pat don't want to blend with people? I wish that new blushes were part of the sale if only. Because right here you can see this line, but over here it looks blended. But when I went like this, y'all see that? Like what the hell? Is that pink or purple? It's a brown. Are you talking about this one that's right here? Excuse me for the, is this shade. This one that we're putting on right now is this shade. And I'm horrible at describing colors. And so whatever color you you say it is what it is. Because I am really horrible at describing colors. So we're going to feather where these two meet. Okay, this one doesn't seem to have the line that the other side has. But y'all see this, right? Like what the hell is that? And rayon comes out to here. So this is like not blending. 22 bucks each. I just can't justify it. But I do have several of their powder blushes. Thank you, Jasmine. You know what? And that's another thing too with pairing these palettes with Pat. Like Pat don't always want to play well. Okay, now it does look blended because here it looked blended already, but here earlier you saw that line, and so Pat be needing extra work. And I'll tell you this: that this palette costs too much friggin' money to not want to blend. And now I'm looking at this line, but that is blended, that green and the red. Yo, I'm just like, So we're going to do outer corner, and I don't know if that's going to show up or not. This is a cream to powder also, and so is Spot. This one would be nice too. We're going to take Tour. And we're going to see how that looks. And then I don't know what's wrong with my finger. And then we may put Spot for outer V. Hey, Captain. I remember you from before. How are you doing today? So we're going to take Tour. You fell for 3 emails so far. Talking about the cell and didn't read the fine print. Yeah, that dentist cell. I was just like, I do not need no more serums. Because I have the one, and I forgot to put this on before I started to look, from City Beauty that they sent me. This is an eye cream. And I purchased that Bio Beauty during the Ultra 21 Days of Beauty sale. And I purchased 2 hoping I did not have a reaction to it, and I didn't. And so that's good. So I have that. And I already had a dentist serum open. The one with the ferulic acid, retinol, all of that stuff. That's cute. So I'm like, I did not need another serum, and I have the Murad eye cream. So I have enough stuff, but these cells, and in the back of my mind I'm like, well, we know prices are going to go up, and there's so many ingredients in dentist stuff that I know all of that stuff ain't coming from the United States, and it says made in the USA with global components or whatever it says. So we're trying to get the shape here, and I do like that. And going back in. Yeah, this one is kind of crumbling too. And when I swiped off earlier, a few seconds ago, it was because one of this shadow had flaked off. Like it balled up. But when I swipe it in the pen, it some of it balls up and some of it doesn't. But that's what that was about. I'm looking at the comments. Yeah, there's always exceptions. And who else? Pat is having another sale. But it's like the more you buy, the higher the percentages. So it's like up to 30% off. But sometimes she does just have a flat out 30% off sale. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes she'll have just a flat out 40% off sale. So like that was not enticing. Not to mention I don't want anything from the brand. I was curious about We're going to take the brush that had this shade on there, only because it looks like this shade. We're not adding more on the brush, but we're bringing this up because I'm looking at the shapes. This one is more rounded, so we're just going to round off this side. And we're going to bring it over that green just a little bit. So I think the shapes are different. Because there's like a dip right here. Because I brung this up that way by accident. Hey, Lock. Yeah, so tomorrow we will not be here, but I might come Saturday. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. Not that brush. This brush. Talking to myself. I kind of feel like I don't know what to say. And I think being on here every day, I'm just like, what else can I talk about? So I do like how this is looking. I forgot. Wait, do y'all live in the same state? Dawn and Locke? Because Dawn is saying, hey, neighbor. See, look at... The shapes are close enough. Like the outer corner part. Yeah, we're just going to leave it like that. So, do I still want to take Spot, that cream to powder black? I like this look because it's colorful. Because it is, even though this shade blended into this one, we still have this whatever shade. And then we have the green, and then this burgundy shade, and this one, but it blends in, and then this gray. So I do like that it is like a multicolored look. It's definitely not like yesterday's look. That was monochromatic. So I need to decide, am I going to put Spot? Do I want to? Yeah, let's use this and take Spot, and then we're going to take a clean one to put one of those friggin' pinks, unless I just blend these up further. So we only use one, two, we only use two Petalmorphosis shades, dang, and 1, 2, 3, 4 from, and this will be 5 from Biba. So we need to use more from, this is Spot, y'all. Now I tapped in twice, and so we're just doing this as you see. And it is a cream and powder. But look, that, I remember before, okay, Janessa, I remember before, years ago, Teresa's dead, she was like, I hate the cream to powder formula from Natasha. And that's one of my favorite formulas from her. And then something happened along the way, because a couple years ago, she, whatever palette it was, I forget, but she liked the formula, the cream to powder in that formula. And sometimes our preferences change, or maybe there was a formula change, I don't know, but I just thought it was funny. And sometimes that's true for me too, where, yeah, Janet, I know. So this makes 5 for Biba and only 2 from Petalmorphosis. And so we're going to put Petalmorphosis underneath. And you know I want to put this green here and then Nocturnal Bloom there, but I feel like we do that a lot. So so our lower lash line is going to be light because we are going to use Petalmorphosis shades. And I think I'm going to blend this out and then put a Petalmorphosis shade up here. So that'll even this out for numbers. But yeah, Janet, it's getting harder and harder. Because I don't always want to, because I felt like I was using this all the time for brow bone. I was using either this one or this one for like this area up here. And I was using, you know, one of these two for inner corner. And it's just like, and and it's not ironic. I mean, the palette is what it is. Like, it's not too much variety in there. But like other palettes, I haven't had that issue where it's like, oh, I feel like I'm putting the same thing in the same places all the time. And so I'm finding out that I like how Spot showed up. I like how that showed up. Yeah. And people love this palette though. So we're going to take this brush with no shadow on it, and we're just going to blend out this top line instead of putting one of those two shades up here. Because what happens is this one just blends into whatever shades are, whatever these shades are. And so it just looks like a continuation of if I have like a burgundy on my lid. So it just kind of all blends in. So that's why I don't want to do that one. And so this is blended. This is not blended. So it's a subtle difference. And this actually, because of the fake arch in my brow, it does look like there's something here. And that's just the primer and the paint pot. So there is no shadow there, even though the paint pots are designed to be shadow bases. And so y'all see how that just blends? Is this gray hair? Yep. Dang, y'all, my gray hair is like waving at y'all. These is yesterday, the 21st, made 3 weeks since I last cut my hair. And I do try to cut it every 3 weeks. But dealing with these migraines, I'm like, I cannot deal with those clippers buzzing around my head and in my ear. But yeah, this is tripping me out. And I got one back here that's like, hey, what's up? I mean, at least lay down. Y'all, I'll be distracted by so. I'll be like, what? There's one back here sticking up. All right, let me finish this eye look, y'all, because I'll be just on here. Who in here has gray hair besides me? And I've had gray hair since my 30s, but because I was in and out of braids so long, you really didn't see them because they were hiding in the braids. But once I took the braids out, y'all, I was like, ooh, and I knew they were there. We're going to put this away because we're not using that one. We are going to... Petalmorphosis. I really need to stop that. Because I'd be like, every time I get ready to pick up this palette or pick a shade, we're going to put this for our brow arch. And this one is, which one did I point at? Did I point at, excuse me, this one for brow arch, and this one is at Astral Sunset Splendor. Sorry for that ass thing. I really wasn't trying to say that. Some days reading is hard. So we're just going to put that little strip of light right there. You color your hair, and I still see the grays. Some hair dyes don't work for grays, even though they say they do. So I like that strip of light. So that just, so this is no highlight. This is highlight. So even though this looks like it's something there, this just makes it look shiny. Okay, Jadeza. When I had laser hair removal, first of all, she tricked me. My first time getting it done, she said some people it hurts and some people it doesn't. And this was maybe like in 2014. So this was way back. And I signed up to get it for underarms. What do I call it? The fupa area. But then they also do, you know, on your labia if you're hairy there. And they do Brazilians and all that too. But I'm like, I don't want nobody like pulling. No. Like, we ain't gonna do all that. And my legs, upper and lower legs. My upper legs, y'all, it was hurting me so much. I was like, you know what? My upper leg hair is very fine. Like, you can barely see it anyway. And so I told her, you know what? Don't even do that anymore. And so she just, you know, focused on like my knee area and lower leg and the fupa area and underarms. And they do tell you up front, the laser hair removal does not work on gray hair. And so I still do have to shave my fupa area because the gray hairs be looking like cat whiskers. And I'm like, that ain't cute. Like, that is not sexy at all. Not in the least. And my underarms, you know what? I shave every 3 weeks or so, like when I cut my hair. So it's like a whole makeover thing. Cut my hair, get in the shower, wash my hair, shave, all of that stuff. So that's done. But yeah, so they tell you up front, like, it's not gonna work for gray hairs. And she told me their highest clientele was Indians, and I do live in a densely popped Indian area. And she said, and a lot of their clients are men, because they're hairy people. Like, Indians are hairy. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. And she said they just sit there, they don't feel nothing. I'm like, I feel everything. I'm like, this shit hurts. But so my first time, I'm looking at Petalmorphosis. We're going to put this on, well, we're going to see how this looks on first half of the lash line. And then, damn it, y'all. We're going to put this on second half. Let me fix my fingers. First half of lower lash line, second half lower lash line. So that should even us out as far as how many colors from each palette. Yeah, Janet, it's getting harder and harder. It's getting harder and harder. So I was really nervous. And so they map it out. They take a white pencil and, like, say this is my fupa area. They make a square and then they do lines across and do lines down. And so as they're doing the laser hair thing, because it zaps you, like they'll, do here, and then they'll put their finger, and then they'll do the next box, put their finger there, which to me the pressure did help, then zap here. So the graft was just to help them know like where to go next. And so she did my fupa area. I was just like, and I'm like, and you gonna be the labia? I was like, So she said, well, let me just do just one side. She said, well, let me just do the here and see. And so it was just underneath the fupa. And I was like, just gritting my teeth, like, oh my God. She did the whole thing. She did the whole side. And she's like, well, I'll just do just to this part. And so she tricked me. And she's like, well, now I got to even it out and do the other side. I was like, bitch. And then we both laughed. But I was just like, oh my gosh. And so when I used to get massages, and it was somebody I knew from church at that. He was a twin, actually, and both him and his brother were ushers, and that's how I remember who they were. And one day he said, and because we knew each other, I think it was easier to like say what he said, because it's not something you would say to just a random client. He was like, I don't know if this is appropriate or not, but you have the smoothest legs ever. And I said I had laser hair removal. And he was like, oh, he said, because I noticed that from before. Because I went to him for massages for a while. Because he used to work at the spinal place I went to for chiropractic, acupuncture, whatever. He was a massage therapist there. And when he left there, I followed him to his private practice. And we would geek out on old school hip hop. So that was pretty cool too. And he was like, I was always wondering, like, hey. So he said, I was always wondering, like, Dad, her legs are so smooth. I was like, yep, laser hair removal. And people do know, well, if somebody's touching my legs, they'll be like, damn, your skin is so smooth. So it might only be like a few hairs here or there that grow. And then I'll just cut that one hair. But the fupa area is like a little, like here and there sprinkles, but then the grays, I just be like, and it don't be a lot, but it's just like, that ain't cute. I mean, I know people call it a kitty cat, but I don't want it to look like that, because it's just, I'd be like, what? And they do have a lifetime thing where you can go back, and it's like, just like a small fee, like to have them redo an area that was done. So it's like a lifetime thing, but I'm like, it ain't worth it for me to do that, especially because it don't work on grays. And they did tell me, because I paid to have my upper legs done and I didn't do it after the one time, they said I can always come back and have that done. I'm like, I ain't coming back for that. Because that was too freaking painful. And so when people do like their whole body and up in their butt crack and stuff, I'm just like, hell no. You're doing laundry, Jasmine? We are a multitasking crew. You fit right in. You fit right in. But I was just like, I did go back one time. I think it was my underarms. Y'all, that hurts. Like when the pit, like around here was okay, but the actual, like the pit part, oh my God. Y'all, I was in tears. Have y'all had laser hair removal? Why I sound like I'm doing a commercial? It was expensive though too. But they had a, if you pay off, they finance you, of course, because they want your money. But they had a thing where, certain amount of time, there's like 0 interest. I'm like, sign me up. So that's how I did that. But I'm just like, what we want to do? Oh, Blitz Bronze Supernova. But I was like, so I went back once. In my mustache area, I had said to her, because I'm trying to be sneaky, right? And I'm sure I wasn't the only one. I said, how much is it for my mustache area? And this was after like my 3rd appointment. And she was like, oh, $9.99. I'm like, oh, well, can you do it for here? I said, oh, $10, that ain't bad. And she was like, no, add a couple zeros on there. So I'm like, $1,000 fucking dollars to just do here to here? I was like, no. I said, I won't tell nobody. She said, yeah, I know, but I ain't doing it. And then I laughed because I'm thinking, how many other people try to get them to do more than what they paid to have done? But she was real professional. one, she was like, yeah, no. And she was a black chick too, so, you know, we be like just saying stuff. But because I would have got my mustache area done. Because I'm thinking that might just be like 2 lines of grids. Just do a grid here, and it might be like 9 or 10 zaps. But because my mustache area be disrespectful, and even when I shave it, it's that shadow, and so it still looks dark. I do not have a lot of yeah, I got some fallout from these shades I put under here, but not a lot though. I do like the look. I like how colorful it is. So that is it for the palettes. So we use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from Petalmorphosis, and 1, 2, 3, 4 from Biba. Yeah. So Janessa said she did laser on her face, but it was when I was traveling a lot for work and I got off schedule and didn't get all the way finished. Yeah, I did them all, but yeah, the upper legs, I was just like, nah, I don't do that no more. And if it was hair, because y'all, my legs used to be hairy, like below my knee, and so that to me was like, okay, yeah, let's keep doing that. But my upper legs, like I can barely even see the hair, so I'm like, I'm not going to keep doing that. Like it wasn't worth the pain, even though I paid for it. So these are what they look like together, and this is what we got. We did have some trouble blending out Pat, which it kind of pisses me off because that palette, even 20% off, it's a lot of freaking money. So I was just like, why you don't want to play with others? I realized I need to schedule. I realized we didn't do our beauty budget update for April. So we're going to do April and May update probably when we do our May roundup. And that'll be the first Monday in June. So I do need to schedule that. I did change out the water in here because it had different colors in it from the liners. But was it painful for you, Janessa? Yo, because that so this is what we're looking at. Of course I'm looking at this one, but this one, even though it looks brown, it is red. Like when I put it on, it is red. And I think we used that last time. Did we? That is Retro Rave. We've been using Banana Boom a lot. We've been using this shade a lot. So I'm thinking this one just to be funky. This is Neon Nights. And because I don't use it that often, we're going to take the light blue, even though I want to take the dark blue. And we'll see how that shows up. I think, though, this would be a nice funky color. This shows up nice, and so does this yellow. All right, y'all. So this orange or this one? You haven't, Janet? It was painful. She said some people don't feel nothing. I'm like, I don't know what kind of skin they got. But then I've always been sensitive that way too. So sensitive sinuses, sensitive skin, sensitive to pain, pressure. It was somewhat painful. I got 4 sessions in, so my hair grows in a lot less than before. And it's more of the grays and lighter hairs. Yup. I might try to do a complete course sometime. I hate shaving. Was yours a lifetime thing where you didn't finish it before, but it's still good? Because I still have all my paperwork, so I could go back and be like, do my underarms. But I mean, it's not really a big deal. And like you were saying, even when underarm hair grows, like it's not a lot. It's just a few here or there. And so for that, I'm like, I don't want to go through the pain for that. So this orange, y'all, or this light blue down here? Bueller? You were paying per session? Oh, so you'd have to start over. Yeah, they had us on a whole plan. The light blue says Janessa. All right, so this blue down here, and this is Neon Nights. Yeah, they had a whole plan, and it was like, okay, I think it was like every 2 weeks, something like that, because they said they needed to give enough time for like some more hair to grow, but they still would do the whole area regardless, so that the hair hopefully would not grow back like at all after a certain point. Just like when I over tweeze my brows, at some point it ain't growing back because I pulled the follicle out. But yeah. So I'm mixing the water in the lighter blue of Retro Rave, and of course I put too much water in it. So I left my palette here today so I can tap the excess on here. I'll turn this fan off. I stopped sweating. I don't know what video is airing tomorrow. It's a Petalmorphosis video, y'all. I can say I feel good about having used it, and I think it was yesterday when I told y'all by the time we're done, we'll have used this palette 20 times. Like, who the frick has done that? They were new and had a promotion for buy 2 seasons, get 2 free, so I didn't spend a ton, but I would have to start over. Yeah, and they had a deal too. Like, okay, if you get 2 areas done, a discount 3 areas done. So upper leg, lower leg, armpits, and the fupa, and that whole area. And so that was 4 areas. And so the price, I still think the price was high, but I justified it saying, you know, it is a lifetime thing. So, and if I need to come back, it's just like a nominal fee. And I really think that fee would just go to the technician. And so I'm like, oh, that's popping. And so I was just like, okay, but I only went back like that one time. Was it every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks? Might have been every 3 weeks. I don't know. It was Ideal Image. If y'all are familiar with that brand, that's where I had went. Everybody was really nice. It was really professional. And when you first go in, like if you're having like your lower body done, of course you got to get naked. And they have a pack of like baby wipes or like some kind of something wipes. And they're like, okay, get undressed, you know, clean yourself off. And I'm like, who would come here being funky? And I did ask her that one time, and she said, you'd be surprised. She said, some people come like straight from work, and I was like, damn. I have seen YouTube thumbnails of BBLs, people with those like smell bad. And so that's what I just thought of just now, because she was like, you would be surprised, like how people smell. And I was just like, and too, it's like they're down there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, my wings are straight, but this one is angled up. So it's not a swoosh though. So that's an improvement. And I like how there's a hint of the shadow underneath. I do always like that. So they're both straight, but this one is angled up. I still haven't used this, Janessa, and it's sitting right here. It's sitting right here. I go to the dentist straight from work, so I'd be one of those. Thank you, Jasmine. Yeah, Janessa picked good. So this is even more colorful than it already was. Yeah, I'm feeling it. So let me do mascara before I forget. And we're going to do the mascara base. And I'm thinking of a lip while I do this. And the lip I'm thinking about, because it shows up hella bright blue. Did I get rid of it? No, this shows up. I don't know what color this is, but I think it shows up green. This is what, because excuse me for that glare. So I was thinking this will play off of the eyeliner, but it, and y'all know I'm not good at describing colors, but for some reason I'm thinking it shows up green, because to me this looks green, like a muted pigmented green. I'm not good at describing colors. The pencil eyeliners. Come on, this or this? This is a mascara base, a mascara primer, and this is the mascara that we're putting it on. This was a water liner, if you're talking about the blue, and it was this one. This whole thing is the Lethal water liner bundle, and there is a black one, but it wouldn't fit in here, so I have the black one in here. Yes, so they're water activated, and so I keep water in here, dip the brush in it, and then mix it in the liner. Yeah, so it's a water activated liner, and I really like those because they come off so easy, and it cleans out the brush easy, even though the brush is friggin' stained. And what's weird is that this is a Lethal eyeliner brush, but it's stained red, and the one I used today was already stained green. So it's like, for it to be water activated, the water washes the liner right out of the brush. but then the brush is stained. So I'm just like, make that make sense. Um, so I'm thinking this one, but I'm thinking it's not going to show up the way I think, which happens quite often. And so we're going to put on the mascara base. I realized I haven't been putting this on lately because I just be here and I don't be going nowhere. But then I'm like, just use it before it go bad since I paid for it. I should have got the travel size ones. For this product, this is Lancome Sills Booster XL Mascara Base, which is a mascara primer. Some products, when they have a mini, it's more cost effective just to get the full size. Excuse me, but with these, it's the same. Like if this is 32, the travel size, which is half the product, it might be like 16. And so it comes out to be the same. But I think I got these during a Sephora. No. Ulta Sale, 21 Days of Beauty or something like that. Thank you, Jasmine. And so, ooh, I hear a rumble in my stomach. What am I gonna say? So when I dozed off tonight, I messed myself up this morning because I was watching something on TV and I dozed off, and then I got up and started doing stuff, and then when I got into bed, I had trouble going to sleep, and so I'm like, I should have just repositioned myself on the sofa and just stayed there and went back to sleep. So tonight though, yeah, if I doze off on the sofa, I'm gonna just stay there. Because I still needed to, I think I needed to still brush my teeth. And I turned on the hallway light and not the bathroom light, because my bathroom light fixture is a row of 4 light bulbs. And I could just, I think I'm going to take 2 of the bulbs out because you're on the sun. When you go in my bathroom and turn on them lights, you're on the sun. It's just like, it's bright as hell. So I do think I'm going to take out 2 of the light bulbs. And so if I'm half asleep from on the sofa, and I go in the bathroom to like wash my face, brush my teeth, that bright light. And so what I've been doing lately is I just turn on the hallway light and don't even turn on the bathroom lights because I know that's going to wake me up because they're so freaking bright. But yeah. So this is the Easel mascara, which I love. It shows up nice in front of a light eyeliner. I love this mascara. Oh, Janessa, I told you I had, reached out to Torrance now that I'm back on Makeup Instagram. So far, I am managing my time well. I'll spend 10 minutes scrolling, liking stuff. And if I get a notification, if somebody liked or commented to me or sent me a message, I read that. But I don't sit there and scroll. I don't do that. But look at this mascara. I love it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this lip. And if it turns out how I don't want it to, we're going to keep it on anyway. At least till I eat. So we're going to wipe off some of the City Beauty. They have sales coming up because of the holiday. Like, there's a holiday every month. And so most places do have sales. I will be sure to post them because their stuff is expensive. This is called Utopia. I purchased it only because it was on clearance. And also this one, they were $7.99 from Spellcast Beauty, which is on the Notoriously Morbid website, which I have a 15% off code down below. Yeah, this is green. Yeah, it's green. And I thought it was, but then I second guessed myself because quite often I think something's one color and it's a different color. And I do know my eye perceives color different, but in this case, it is green. So this is how I love my, I do my lips. I outline and lip line, and then I go back and fill it in. So that's how I do that. I don't bother too much with how they say make sure like you get in the corners. Number one, my mouth don't open that wide. Even when I grin, you don't see all the way like in here in the corner. But some people, when they laugh, their face is like a piss dispenser. Like, it's like, ah. And I'll be like, oh, girl, dude. But mine's in that noticeable, so I don't pay attention to that. Yes, Janessa. We have a green. The formula of this is nice too. It's like a cream formula. And I do like it. It does last long. Oh, which trick, Jasmine? Janessa, you just love all things green. And I realized doing this that I don't have a blue lippy, but that's okay. Y'all, my order should be here Saturday. And so I'm thinking to declutter some of my lippies because I like being able to say this is all of them instead of having to pull out that other container again to put more stuff in. But I don't know. Because the Sephora ones, I keep those to use. They only work with themselves for when I do ombre lips. But I'm just like, yeah, I got 6 lippies coming. One is a black, which I want to open it because I'm curious, but I don't want to open it because I just recently opened a MAC one. So this is, I'm trying to decide, y'all, if I want to top this lip. That's what I'm thinking about. Guilty, sister Janessa. I need to really get better at not doing that. This one that we did use, I do think this will be pretty. Did we use that today? No. Did we? Wait a minute. No, we didn't use that today. We're going to put this one on the lip. This one is Divine Dawn. We used that yesterday. Because every time I say that, I think that I'm saying that Dawn that's here is divine. Which you are, girl. You are. But I always just think of you when I say that because we are going to Astro Eden Envy. We're going to put that on lips. I feel like we did that before. We're going to put that on the lips. What was the tip? What was the trick, Janessa, that you learned? So Astro Eden Envy. Oh, that's just making it shiny. What did we put? Oh, was this the one we used? And we put it over something else and it made it grungy. I was like, oh, this is really nice. I think with this, it is making it look like it goes better with the eyeliner. Because it's dulling it down a little bit. No, it's just making it look more goldy green. Who else in here taps eyeshadow on their lipsticks? And I do like this better than gloss. Because gloss over liquid lipstick breaks down the matteness of the liquid lipstick. And then it might run or it might bleed. And this does actually stay longer than putting a gloss on it. Because if I eat a drink, it transfers more. This is pretty. This is really pretty. That's really pretty. I'm looking at it like, I like this lip. I like this lip. So that is, y'all, we did the look. Oh my gosh, we got like 4 more to do. I do love the liner. So thank you for that, Janessa. And I am getting straight. I just need to come straight out and not straight up. This side has been looking good lately. I love how colorful it is because I don't see a lot of looks where it's like 1 distinct color, 2 distinct colors. We're just going to say 3 because these 2 ran in, and then 4. And I really loved how Tor showed up, that gray, and I love how Spot, that black, showed up. And y'all, the formula, I just love it. And then this one, I'm like, why you don't want to play? You a lazy hoe. You cost a lot of money and don't want to work. But again, these are what they look like together. And this is the look that we created. I do believe Janessa is going to be a thing where I'm doing like 2 blushes all the time now. But I need to get back to using 2 bronzers as well. But But yeah, so I don't know what the next look is with this. Tomorrow it is a Petalmorphosis look. I'm wondering if it's with Inslee Rain, but I don't quite remember. And it was the one that I had posted the other day. I think it was Tuesday that I moved it because we were coming back to do another live. But I don't know if I'm gonna pop on Saturday or not to just get another look done. Depends on how I feel. Um, if I'm able to do a look, I'll just do a look, and if not, it'll just be a live, just for the sole purpose of me not having to edit if I'm still dealing with migraines and stuff like that. Today so far has been good, except this morning. So we are going to go, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you for indulging all of this, and I am loving the cheek situation. That Sigma blush that Grace sent me, y'all, looks like a highlighter, but yeah, so no longer buys because I feel like I'm about this. Oh, you know what? I pulled this out because I was going to put this somewhere. Do we want to put this somewhere? This is a glitter. And I only, used it one time. And it is like half empty. Oh, that showed up. Wow. I usually don't put stuff in my, that's cute. This side is showing up, but that's cute. So it's really subtle, but it's cute. Here I go doing too much. Me doing too much. It's not consistent. The glitter in here is not consistent. Or maybe I just need to dip back in. I don't remember where I purchased these from. It came in a 5-pack. Because this was similar to another color. I said I'll use this one. The other ones are in my kit. That's a cute little, like, subtle there, not there type of bling thing. Okay. All right, y'all. We're going to go video tomorrow, 7 a.m. Make sure if you're new here or if you're watching the replay to check out all of our videos. We use the Petalmorphosis palette. And Janessa pointed out how, like, between the three of us, none of us were like, oh, wow, this look is amazing. But the looks were really good, though. But we were all just like, and so I thought that was kind of funny. So, yeah, our collab, we all use this. We all love color. We all have a different vibe, though. And we're different complexions. And so I love when the three of us collab because it's like, if you love color, we got you covered. Regardless of your complexion, regardless of how bold you want to go, we got you. And so do watch those videos and subscribe while you're there. I do think you will enjoy both Janessa and Grace's videos and their channels. And also, Grace has a fashion channel now, too. Joe Beauty 87 Fashion, which is what she signed in to here to today. So make sure you check out both of her channels. And keep coming back to see the troll here. So we're going to go. Thank you, everybody, so much. And I really dig this look. Yeah. And Monday night, another live. And, yeah, so we're going to go because I feel like I'm just talking. So, but thank you as always. Self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon. And thank you for all the thumbs up. Bye.